Hello everyone, I'm back here with another dev diary. So I just want to, talk a bit about the development of the mod, currently at least, and also about the near future about the mod and whatsoever. So last time I have made an announcement that was like in November, if I remember correctly, by saying that I actually had to redo the unit parts that I actually was starting to revamp. The reason lied actually with the texture bug that you get in Shogun 2. So I'm trying to find a fix by using an atlas file and also by reducing the unit parts and texture maps. So that means that in my previous model, you could say, I had many copies of the same unit parts and texture maps. So of course that increases the loading time that the video card actually have to render. So that's an issue for the game because the game has limited video memory. So yeah, that's why I had to sadly or try to find a solution, and hopefully with the atlas file that is going to work. Now I have been sick 2 weeks ago. I had the flu, so my voice is a bit like dry. I have to cough a couple of times, so my apologies for it. So yeah, so the atlas file is how can I say redoing the unit parts really takes a lot of time. I think the Empire Total War and Napoleon Total War modders understand very well what I'm talking about. So what is an atlas file? So an atlas file is actually where you have to put all your texture maps within one big texture map, a 4K texture map, for example, perfection, where the faction uses the precise texture maps that the faction is using currently in game. I'm going to see if I have an example here. Okay, that is let me see. Can show it what I'm talking about. So here is an example. Oh, that's color mask. You're not going to see an example. So here's an example of an atlas file. So you can see that you have all the texture maps, uniforms, trousers, winter uniforms, faces with hands, shackles, hats, epaulets, the knapsack. So I mean all the equipment that unit part that the faction is using currently. So that means that you have to add all of them in one big atlas file, they call it, per faction. So this is for the French July monarchy tier 1 faction. Now, of course, that means that you have to kind of, if I go, let me go to the working data and show you. So then you have a bit of an idea. Maybe it's a bit technical, but it does not really matter. So this is all the unit parts that get loaded within the Carlist Western schema. So here you have all the hats and whatsoever, uniforms. Here, for example, the uniforms. So there are a lot of them. But you actually specify which uniforms and which unit part the faction is using. So even if there are other unit parts within the schema, it does not matter. You just use you create your unit within the units editor, and then you have to put all those unit parts or texture maps actually more. You have to put it in the atlas file. So that's how the Empire Total War and Napoleon Total Wars were Total War modders were doing it. So it's a bit of a, you could say, a double work, because the individual unit part also needs its own texture map. So actually what you're doing is you're kind of you have a double render. I mean double, how can I say it, double texture map, one for the individual unit part, and then you have to put them in the atlas file. Now, the reason why I'm doing it is because in the vanilla Shogun one, even if I tested it without the Atlas files and it actually worked, I think Shogun 2 has kind of a threshold, I think, that it loads the individual unit parts until a certain threshold, like when there's too much textures that has to be rendered within the battle map at that point, and you have a lot of different factions with different uniforms, that you start to have texture bugs. That's why you see like um, weird textures on a unit, or like some are missing because they probably have alpha maps on it, like you have like faces on a helmet or whatsoever. Has to do with this issue. So I'm trying to fix it with the Atlas map, but you know it's a lot of work because I have to make it for the diffuse one, for the gloss one, the normal one, and for the color mask. So it takes much more time to actually um, develop just one faction with their respective unit parts. So yeah, that's why it takes a bit longer, but it's a necessity to find a solution for this issue. If this actually fixes the issue, then you know this is also for other future Shogun 2 and Fall of the Samurai modders to actually copy my work, you could say, and do it for themselves, so they do not have that issue in their own mod if they're making a big overhaul mod. Another thing is also that I have added like a DirectX shader within the game. Coincidentally, I was actually looking at the Discord of the modding community, and someone was talking with another Rome 2 Total War modder about actually you know the shaders that Rome 2 and Attila were using, and it was saying that yeah, it's necessary to put the bone on value 2 for performance reasons. Now, for me, it gave like a you know, there was like a lamp going through my head. Like, that's strange because you know, if I remember correctly, I put mine on value 20, but it looks it's too much. So the max value is 2, but it's not based on the bone, but it's based on the material, on the shader. So I was like, I mean, that's so strange. I don't have any shader assigned to my texture maps. Now, it looks like if you investigate a bit more into the unit parts of Shogun 2, uh, the horse models that are also unit parts, they have a shader, a DirectX shader assigned to it. Now, in Shogun 2, we CA forgot to give an example, so we don't have any um, Shogun 2 or Fall of the Sun. It's Shogun 2 actually shader. So that means that you know it's a bit difficult to add a shader. Now they did add one for ships. That's Empire Total War also uses the same shader. So I just used, I mean, coincidentally, I found the shader for Attila. So I used the one for Attila, and it actually works for Shogun too. So this actually helps for performance and for more realistic textures. Now, the first version that I'm going to release for the public will be probably without like very realistic texture. I mean, shaders, you could say, because I was still testing around. So and as already made a lot of the unit parts, it's a bit difficult. But you know that's a problem for later. Everything works fine. So I just want to let you know what I'm working at. So what I finished are the French July monarchy, the Bourbon monarchy, and the British. So I am now busy with the Spanish liberals, actually, with the Isabelinos. Um, so I'm kind of half away. Just have to make the artillery models and the cavalry, and then I have to put, of course, I have to create them. I have to create an atlas file, sound file. So it takes a bit long, but my goal is to finish the units between 4 and 6 months. I think that's realistically. So then I can start with the campaign part. But what I do already is when I finish the unit parts, I already add those as placeholders within the campaign. So let us now continue to the mod itself. There it says version 48. It's not 48, it's 53 for the moment, but I'm a bit too lazy to change that. So if you go to custom battles, I mean, for the moment, oh, okay, that's strange. Oh, I think I got the MP mode also installed. Let me see, that's strange. Why the heck did I install the MP mode? Let me see, the maps, common, fantastic. Huh. Weird. That's really strange. Oh yeah, I think I know why. Yeah, I think I know why. Yeah, okay, I have to fix that. Okay. Coincidentally, I see these and I see all those factions. I'm like, that's strange. They're not part of it. I have to take it out later. No problems. So what else can I say here? So yeah, the British have been done, the Bourbon French have been done, and the July monarchy have been done. So they all now have their armies. But I mean, you already have seen the videos of the Daydreamers. So he's always representing battles or whatsoever. So I leave it up for him. So what we are going to do is, sorry, my voice again. Let's go to the campaign. Let's take. Can we take the French, or maybe we can take the British also? But those two are mostly have their placeholder units. I'm busy now with Spain, of course. Now all those stuff can be changed. It's just for testing. So let's go into the campaign. I mean, all the intros they will change. So that's for a future plan. So now with France, those balloons they will go away. So don't worry about it. I was just testing something. I was like, okay, maybe I can make balloons for trading models, but yeah, I have to change it because it's a bit too much that I'm trading, so too many balloons. So the balloons they will appear like at certain points, like just animation, just for the ambient of the campaign. So good. This is France. This is winter. You probably have seen a lot of videos about the campaign, so I'm not going to talk so much about that part. So I'm lowering the financial because we all know that the campaign is going to be based on a lot of, how can I say, you say it in English again, public order. That's it. The reason why public order is going to be a very difficult situation within the mod because we are in we call it the revolutionary years between 1830 and 1848. It was very unstable in Europe, so it's reflected also in the mod. You also see that there is population, as I said maybe in the previous videos. I have to still find a way I have to make a script and look in the UI files and compare them with Napoleon to see how they communicate. So then maybe I can already add them. It already took me a while to add just at least population that can be read from within the start position file, because Shogun 2 still has the population system of Napoleon Empire, so they are usable. But I still have to find a way to let them communicate, but that will be when I arrive at the scripting part of the roadmap. So just check it in some time. I will update it. Food, you already know, it's going to be it's been reintroduced in Fall of the Samurai, because it is Fall of the Samurai, so it's also an important part of the game. So that's when there's no taxes. I have to put this also without no taxes. This one also 0. So what I always do if I start playing is I first think about happiness. So courthouse is like the level 1 building for you know, repression and happiness. Now you will see that later it will split up. It will split up towards, you know, like more the legal way, the repression way, or the happiness way, like for religion, like churches, cathedrals, and whatsoever. Public space is the level 1 for everything with happiness, but also money, so markets and whatsoever. So you will see later. So now we go to Bordeaux here. See in the black there, you can see the name of the city actually, or the town, whatever. To lower it. Now the reason why it's so high, at least in the beginning of the game, is because, you know, they all have starting buildings, because I've been testing, so that will change. Now some city will have you know, are a bit bigger than other cities and towns. So some already have a bit of a development towards, others will have a bit lesser development, you know. Like Bordeaux is a pretty developed city, even in the 1830s. So the same thing, everything that is happiness. Okay, now this is the only one that is still under rebellion, even if you put it down, because of the amount of modernization. Again, it has to do with is it the city building? Yeah, the city building level 4 gives a -3 to happiness, because, you know, cities start to grow, especially in the 19th century, middle of the 19th century, and it gave a lot of difficulties. Of course, a fort fortification gives repression, so that helps. Also have happiness, but what also gives the problem is the train. So the train gives -3 also to modernization. So this when the public release is there will be no railway, so you have to build it first. It's all for testing purposes. So now you also will see that most of the French cities, when they rebel, there's no rebel units coming out, because I still have to fix it. So this way it's pretty easy. Probably you also have seen it in some YouTube videos. Okay, let's go to where's our capital again? It'll be easy actually if they made like a symbol where your capital is. I have to look again. Let's just do it via the map. It's approximately here. So we do the same thing. And happiness. Now what I'm going to do here. Now this town, I already know for testing purposes. You know that Spain is going to probably rebel at around the 4th turn. It's scripted. There's an event. It means that all Spanish cities will rebel, except Madrid. So if you play with the Spanish, that is what you're going to expect. So in the end, you will only be left over with Madrid, and then what's the point of the game is that you start actually a reconquista of Spain for the Isabelinos, you could say. So yeah, just saying, it's just to give a bit of flavor to the mods than, you know, having a really big thing. But at least the 4 turns you can still do some stuff if you need to, because you know, with the public release, you will have a starting army. You probably will have a bit more money also, so maybe you can keep some regions, but that's up to you to decide. So I already know what I was talking about. This they will all rebel, so this one becomes the province of Catalonia, or the region of Catalonia. So I already know that they always declare me war for taking this town here. So what I do here most of the time, take this one. I'm going to add a cadet school and artillery. So you can see I already added the units that are revamped. They are in the game. They're just used as placeholder. For the moment, only the summer dress, because again I have to script it for the winter dress to switch them. So I have to first find a way to to replace them automatically at a certain point, and after that to actually put it in an event. So then you have to choose if you want to change or not. So because changing means also you have to pay for it. Okay, then you also have the cannons, and that's the same thing. Okay, the technology tree will change completely, so don't worry about it. Probably the first release, you will only have this one as tech tree. Reason why is actually this is level 1 and this is level 2. This is level 3. This is level 4. This is level 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think it's interesting for use that as our tier tech tree. So you could say this is the 1830s tech tree. This is the 1840s tech tree. This is the 1850s tech tree. This is the 1860s tech tree. The 1870s tech tree. The 1880s tech tree. The 1890s tech tree. This is the 1900 tech tree. So, but thus, of course, for the moment, I'm until the 1870s, approximately here. This is where I'm in theory, because the Third Carlist War ends at 1878. But I am going further, but the goal is until here. But you will have more, you have more technologies, and just don't worry about it. So then 1880s, maybe with some updates. So, what else? So the balloons I already have talked about. I also created for testing purposes the trade routes that goes to the Orient. And also I think we can see it in diplomacy. Yeah, so we have trade partners, North European trade, so that's there. Oriental trade, that's there, because it goes to the Orient. And the Americas trade, that's included North and South America. So it's the same system as you have in vanilla Fall of the Samurai, where you have like the 3 zones where you can trade with the United States, France, and Great Britain. But in this case, I just made it as continents, areas. I think it's pretty cool to, I think it was a cool feature of Fall of the Samurai, so I kept it in one way. As you can see, it will be here. So here it is. Now you will not see that, of course. Again, it's testing purposes. So you will not see it. You will have the fog of war. So, against all for testing purposes. The same, you will not see the map either. You will only see the region that you actually have. Then we have Corsica. It's also a part of the French kingdom. You see that, of course, the Sardinia is empty. It will come probably when I finish the Carlist Wars. Actually, the first Carlist War, I will probably start adding cities within Italy. So you have like Turin, Genoa, Milan. So you will have 2 extra factions. That's Piedmont, Kingdom of Piedmont, Sardinia, and the Kingdom of Lombardy. That is actually the Austrian Empire. So, but but that's for another update. You know, concentrate first on the first Carlist War. Northern Africa is also empty. That also will be done when I finish then this part with Europe. So we have Sardinia and Austria, and then we have later in another update the parts of North Africa. And then we have all the tier 1 units together with the naval units. What else? Okay, that's it. So you can unlock again the same as vanilla Fall of the Samurai. You can unlock the international trade with a trade port. So that's a 5 or a 4, level 4. So here you see it establishes trade routes with the different continents. So then you know about it. You know, maybe if I already talked to you about it or not, farms, again, they give, you know, they create food, so it provides 10 food. So the higher the level, the more food it gives, because you will see later on that when you start upgrading all your buildings, they all consume food. I mean, not the farm, of course, but the rest all consume food. Probably your units that you are going to recruit, at least that's one of my plans, will also use 1 food. So you recruit a unit, it will then 1 food goes down. So to wait to see, okay, do I have enough food? You can always go to a city and you can see, okay, it produces this, okay, minus 20 it consumes, so it consumes actually more than it produces. So the province food supply is minus 10. Most other ones you can see it's plus 8. And if you want to see the total, you have to go to your main menu, to summary, where you can find the food surplus. So we have 238 food, so that's actually a lot. Okay, let's move to the first turn, I guess. So we are back here, as you can see, sheet on the, here. This will change also, by the way. I have to do some fixes here. But, you know, it's rebelling, of course, because it's annoying, you know. Now, I'm going to create a cadet school. I know it gives, again, a -1 to happiness, but you will see why. Later I will explain why it's so necessary to have it. I could also create a fencing camp, but that will lower your modernization. It gives you happiness, but lowers your modernization, but then you can recruit an assassin. And it also gives a garrison unit of militia, I mean levy infantry. Cadet schools also give a militia in garrison, and the fort also gives extra garrison. Now, those are armed citizenry give to the city. I'm just going to tell you, it looks maybe a lot of units, but they only have 200 men within 1 unit. The normal troops have 300 men. I'm talking about Ultra, and they really suck. I'm just going to tell you. So even if they come with 20 and you have 5 regular troops, you can beat them easily. Also depends of your battle difficulty. So if you go to options, game settings, and let's say you go to hard. I play mostly on normal hard for testing, but if you want to have a bit of challenge, go on hard and very hard. Normal, it's actually kind of easy personally for me, but if you don't really know the game, start maybe at normal. But if you know something about it, go on hard or very hard. You can also go on very hard. I'll mostly go on hard. You can also change the battle time, but you know that's part of vanilla, so I have nothing to do with that. Go back. Okay. Do we have money? Yes, we have. I'm building here because I already know that when they start rebelling, Catalonia always invades this town here, Perpignan. So I'm not building anything here because, you know, they're just going to conquer it, so what's the damn point? Okay. I remember, again, all alpha. It's alpha 43, early alpha 43, 53, excuse me. So things can change. I'll give this one also a courthouse, so then, you know, they have more happiness. How much can I change? Nothing. Now, the population, everyone has 10,000, again, testing purposes. Bigger cities will, of course, have more population, and smaller towns will have a small population. So, and, you know, maybe I explained it in my previous videos. You have two kind of caps. So you have the population cap. So that means that when you recruit a unit, the population is going down until a certain value. So let's say it's 5,000 is the minimum value. So if you have, let's say 5,100 and you recruit troops, 100 goes down. It's 5,000. You cannot recruit any more units there, you know, to have like a preservation of that town, you know. Maybe I change it, but I'm just saying an example. So that's the cap you then have because of the population. Now you also have another cap, a hard cap, is that the level of your city. So you can see on the panel here on the left, you know, in black, invisible. You can see that you get an extra troop. So if you only have one town, so France for the moment has many towns, but again, the rebel system that you have in Spain will also include with France. So probably France will have a bit more regions left, you could say, but they will also, and also depends where you put your troops. So you still have happiness enough, but they will have a bit, excuse me, the same system, you know, as again to reflect a bit the revolutionary period. So you probably have to concentrate first on your own dominion before you start conquering. So if you have like just one region, like let's say the British actually are pretty difficult. The reason why is that, you know, they have, you know, I have to change a lot of stuff, but they have no resources. So every building, the first levels of buildings, they need wood. So because they have no wood, as you see, have no resources, they have to conquer a region that has wood. Now a lot of, I mean, timber. A lot of regions have timber. Oh, it says farm. Looking, where is timber? Here you have a timber area, a lodging area. So you have to conquer a region with timber, and you have to then conquer a region with, let me see, with stone. Because the first level buildings, it requires wood, but for higher up level buildings, you need stone. So those are pretty essential resources. Now, you do not need to conquer it. If you can trade with a faction that has those resources, you can then import them. So that's also a thing. The only problem is that sometimes, you know, factions in the game, I mean, for the moment, ports will not be blockaded because there are no naval units, at least in the first release. But in the future, there will be ships. So it's possible when they blockade a port, yeah, you're kind of screwed because you have no more wood coming in or stone or the necessary resources. So that's, you know, a difficulty. So I always think like, look, the two essential ones are stone and timber. So you need to have a region with that. So that's easier because then you can produce it yourself and you can then export it. So yeah, for the British, for example, you know, it's already difficult because you only have one area. Now you will have more money, so you can sustain yourself for a while. But in the end, you still need to conquer pretty fast because otherwise, if you need an army, and you probably need an army because you will be surrounded by enemies, you know, you have to pay their wager, you know, their costs. So let me see. but you know, you have to pay their wager every turn. I mean, every turn, correct? So it means that, you know, you could go very fast in red, you know, and it's important that you go into, you know, into positive your money. Otherwise, you know, you get bankrupt. You know? So no one wants to be bankrupt. Anything else? Okay, let's continue. So again, yeah, there she told is population uprising, but as I already said, nothing will happen because I have to fix it first. We can create a fencing camp, so that makes them a bit more happier. Okay, let's wait for the buildings. Take a courthouse. Let me see, how much do they have? +2. So maybe I can add a cottage. Yeah. Cottage industry, you know, industry gives you a lot of money, of course. You also have other financial stuff. That's when you start with the public space. You will see that you can actually start adding banks, gold banks, and whatsoever, silver banks. You need the resource. So if I remember correctly, yeah, you need the resource. So for gold and silver banks, you need to have gold and silver within your dominion. Otherwise, you cannot upgrade it, and it gives you a lot of money. So gold and silver, I think, are in the international market trade are the most expensive resource. So this is silver, gold. You also have copper, but you know, not everything appears because of the, you know, the menu is a bit too small. But here you have copper. Copper is also iron, also gold. But you know, especially gold, silver, and copper and iron are pretty important. I mean, are give you the most money. So which one is iron? 30. I think copper also gives you a pretty good price. But gold and silver gives you the best price for international trade. So, you know, the other ones also are pretty important because you will see when you have the cottage industry and you have those resources, you can upgrade some that are specialized in spices, coffee, whatsoever. Okay, let's continue. So as you can see, you know, I may trade with Spain, but at least it's good for 4 turns, so I can get some money from it. But you know, in the end, all of them will, you know, rebel. That's scripted, by the way. Other discontents. Okay, whatever. Yeah, normally, again, they rebel, but who cares? So here you see, courthouse splits in 2. So then you have to choose between local police house. So this is more repression, and this is then more religion. So everything, you know, this religion is Catholicism. So then you can just, you know, use one of the two. One gives happiness and also converts the population. Let's say if they have another religion, it converts them faster to Catholicism. That is easier to control, because if you have a region that has a different religion, it also gives discontent and lower public order. So it's interesting then to have more a religion building than you have, for example, repression. I mean, both work pretty fine, but this is better because you actually convert the population. So let's take local chapel. For example, Britain, they are Protestant, and as you can see, it's growing 0.1%. Probably because they don't have any building, otherwise it's much more. So here you can see a part is Catholic and a part is Protestant. So it could give some issues. What else I need to talk? Let's just. So you can see that the a lot of factions have been rebelling. So yeah, that's so very nice. Faction encountered. In theory, the ones you encounter, you can trade with. So let's try with the British. They probably want money. Catalonia. Oh, they will declare war, I'm sure. They give you some money. So, how do I get for it? 25. Not much. Probably because they don't have that much of. What do they have? They have coal. Okay. For the rest, they import a lot of stuff from us. We do not have copper. Oh no, sorry. Copper we are importing because red means importing, of course. Yeah, when it's like nothing, then you know. As import, we produce that, import. So tea, of course, you have to import it. Spices also. Silk also. Cotton also. Tobacco also. Sugar also. And coffee. I can always add more resources if I want to, but I think that those are pretty good, I think. Excuse me. So what gives you the best financial gains? It's trade. So yeah, now you cannot see it very well because you don't have this thing here, but faction income is pretty well. So how much? Sorry. So we get tax income 785, trade income, but that has to do because of the international trade we have. And then another thing, we get 400. So you get like 4,348 per turn. That's pretty well. Now, again, if you have like high-level industry buildings, you have other that give a lot of money, banks, gold banks, silver banks, whatsoever. You know, it all increases the value, and also when you trade, you will see that the international trade, the longer you trade, the higher the value becomes. So, plus also when you trade with others, you know, when you trade with us, it gives a lot of money, more money than taxes. Okay, let's continue. So we are in spring. I remember when you have winter dress units still, you have to take account with those penalties. Remember, I already have explained that in previous videos. So If you have any questions still about it, you can always comment or go on Discord and ask questions there. I forgot actually to recruit units because, as you have seen, probably the Catalonia was like going towards the border, so that means already like they already know what that means. Okay, courthouse. Let's recruit some troops. National Guard. Now remember, you have to look at the upkeep costs. Guns are expensive, of course. Okay. Now, the first level, you can see that this is the first level, and then it splits up to infantry barracks or cavalry barracks. So you have to choose. So this actually specializes your region in some buildings, So cavalry barracks, it's cavalry specific. So the first cavalry barracks, you can recruit mostly light cavalry like the chasseurs à cheval and the hussars. Infantry barracks, there you can then start recruiting regular troops, because now you can only recruit National Guards. Now, why are National Guards so interesting? Is because they get an extra +1 policing bonus. So a unit already creates a policing bonus for +1. So you get a +1 repression, you could say, if you garrison that unit within your town or city. The National Guards, the yeomanry, and whatsoever, or provincial guards in the Spanish ones, they all give a +2 repression. So one unit is +2. The regular troops are +1. The National Guards, because they're military reservist and kind of military police, they get a +2 repression. So you can use them to go into battle, but they're not as good as regular troops, but they're pretty good as reservists, but also good in policing your regions. So, but they also are assigned to, as you can see, to a hard cap. So here you have the +1 to the number of foot militia, military reserve, infantry units available. So those are that ones. But you get more actually, because you already from level 1 to level 1 you already have that one as first. So in level 2 in the village, town, whatever, upgrade, you then get regular troops, hard cap extra. So the more bigger the town is actually, the level, the more you can actually recruit, even if you have only one city or town. So yeah, we are recruiting here, and that's it. So what else did I want to say? Let me see. Okay, now that we have built, so we have +4, so we can take that one down. How much do we get more? I can't see it. No, I can't see it. And it's a bloody symbol of the Nvidia thing, so okay, no problem. But we get money for it, so province wealth. So income, here we get a +61. So okay, no problem. Remember, if you get more buildings, you get more wealth and whatsoever. So in the beginning, it's a bit lackluster, but after that, when you start really building up, your town really becomes pretty rich. Let me see. Can I? Yes, I can. That's good. Okay, this one not probably. Have -1. Local chapel. I can. So I'm going to recruit later, just for garrison Bordeaux. Okay. Now, how diplomacy? I think I already have talked about it, but how diplomacy? The way I created kind of the system of diplomacy. So what is happening is that you have some static values, like for example your faction leader honor. So the more honor he gets, the more positive it is for diplomatic relationships, because it has an influence. And of course religion, same religion, also gives a static value. Now in a time, let me hear. Here's an example, Catalonia, for example. We have a trade agreement. So that's not a static value, so it starts at, say, value 50. But every turn it goes -1 until value 0. So still 0 is the lowest value you could have. Then trader allegiance were betrayed. No freaking idea what that means, but he changed of allegiance. Oh, okay. That's weird. Normally that's not possible. Okay, I have to check that. Weird. That's really strange. Normally they can't change their... Yeah, okay, you see this is again normally a Catholic, but I didn't know that they could change still. Okay, I have to look at the bloody script. It's so strange because normally, you know, it's the religion, you know, you cannot change to whatever, but okay. So trader allegiances were betrayed, it's -40. So then it goes to +1 until value 0. So you, in the end, while relationship could be bad, after a while it could be back to indifferent or to neutral. So here you have indifferent neutral. And then, you know, if it starts to become positive, it's easier then to again go into diplomacy and whatsoever. Let me try again to trade with those guys. I have to look into that because, yeah, this is really strange. Very strange. Normally you cannot change it, but AI can. I mean, you also can if you go into the convert allegiance one, but it's... I want to do something else with this, but I have to see first how... because I kind of want to re-add the governmental system from Napoleon and Empire by having, like, you know, like how you say, like constitutional monarchy, absolute monarchy, and republic. But you know, I still have to, as I said, it's all different, so I have to see how we can do that. It's an idea, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy to do. So let's see. Okay, so diplomacy system I've explained. Now, what my plan is, the diplomacy system is to kind of create the Rome Total War, medieval Total War system by creating a new agent called the diplomat. So that means that you, for example, have to send, you have to create an agent called a diplomat, and the diplomacy system is locked. So the only thing that you can do is declare war and request peace, let's say, for example. All the others are all locked, and for that you need to send a diplomat towards your neighboring town or somewhere else. You just send a diplomat, so they go inside the town, and then you can start creating diplomatic relationships. So then you can start, you know, like let's see, yeah, you can request trade, you can request an alliance, all the other ones you could say, you know, arrange marriage, yada yada yada. So that's actually the plan. So you really have to, it also will increase your diplomatic value with that faction if you have a diplomat in their town. Now there will be, you only have a certain amount of diplomats, you know. So I think it's an interesting system that I want to add to the game. Makes a bit more tactical, more strategic, and makes more sense also, I think, you know. In the 19th century, they were sending diplomats to actually, you know, creating treaties and to talk about other stuff. So, you know, I think they were pretty important, and I want to recreate that importance that you had like in Rome and in medieval. So the plan is then to lock all the other stuff except declaring war and requesting peace, and the rest needs to be done by a diplomat. That's the plan, at least. But again, I will do that when I start with the scripting part of the mod and the campaign, of course. Okay, let's continue now. So as you can see, I already know it. These bastards, they always declare war. So probably the background is going to be changed also. Actually, call my allies help. Nah, I will deal with you, bastards. The reason why they declare war probably has to do with this thing here. So I have to see how to change that again, because you can normally deactivate it by script, so they cannot do that. You know, that's why you see war minus 150, but you can see the plus value. So that means that after 150 turns, you could say, it goes back to 0. So of course there are some static values that will influence the total value actually. Now it's really the negative, so it's really difficult to treat with them, you could say. But again, if you have a diplomat, for example, in their town, it gives you per turn a +1 diplomatic point, so it can help also, you know. Okay, I don't have troops yet, so yeah, those, as I already said, those bastards, they're going to take it, of course. Let's see, can I recruit? By the way, guns are very important. They're very expensive, also the upkeep cost. But again, with tech and buildings, prices are going down. In the beginning, look, in the beginning it's going to be a bit difficult again, because you have to start actually concentrate first on your own dominion, because you already have probably rebellions and revolutions. And then, you have to start building up. Everything is expensive, but then when you start building up, you unlock new technologies, you have new buildings that lower prices and whatsoever, gives you more income. It becomes a bit more easier, you could say. One other plan that you maybe have heard by watching one of the YouTuber videos is that, you already know about the summer and winter dress, but also supply. I want to create supply wagons that you probably going to have attrition if you go outside your own dominion at a certain point. I'm just saying, for a test, like after 3 turns you get attrition. It doesn't matter if you're in winter, summer, or whatever. So the supply wagon, it gives you an extra supply to be in an enemy region, for example. So it can give you an extra, let's say 6 or 10 for to resupply, so you don't have attrition. So you have, like, let's say 3 is the value where you automatically get attrition in enemy territory after 3 turns. So, or you do a blitzkrieg, possible, you never know. Or you say, okay, it's going to take longer, I'm going to take a supply wagon with me because it gives me plus extra a certain amount of supplies, so it's easier to go into campaign. There's also a plan to do that with ammo. So in the beginning, you know, uh, you will have maybe 50% less ammo than actually how that the unit has. So you also have to bring up an ammo wagon. Now remember, those are IDs. That doesn't mean that I can implement them. And also another thing, maybe for the player it's going to work, but not for the AI. So I have to see, okay, how is the AI or the algorithm going to deal with it? So I can test it first. If the AI can't handle it and is stupid as usual, because it is the Warscape engine, then we probably have to automate it for the AI and not for the player. Is it unjust? Yes, probably. But sometimes is the only way to make a game a bit more interesting. Another example is that Sadly, Total War games, AI get bonuses when you go to a certain higher difficulty, starting at hard, you know? So that's also a problem, you know? That's how they create difficulties. If I had the chance to reprogram the AI, uh, I will do it and made a difficulty level per, let's say, per program. So per algorithm you actually write, and not per penalties and bonuses you give to AI. But you know, you have to deal with this, and you know, sadly, that's what that's as a modder what I can do. You know, I think it makes the game more interesting, and I have to see, okay, can the AI handle it easy? Then let's do it for the AI also. If not, then it has to be an automated system for them. Um, but that's the plan. So supply wagons, ammo wagons, and they will be real physical wagons that are going with you in campaign and the battle map. Yes, does it take an extra unit slot within your army? Yes. So just for you to know. So you have to take account with that. And you also have to defend it. So if you're getting attacked on the battlefield and you have your wagon, you have to see that your wagon is protected. You know, if it otherwise gets raided by cavalry, you lose that wagon, and if you're already past the 3 turns, you start getting attrition, so you have to retreat. Or you have to wait for a new supply wagon, retreat, wait for new supply. So, again, that's a plan, not saying it is sure it's going to be implemented. You know? Okay. Yep, let's continue. Now, as you can see, I can do nothing. Only have one levy infantry, they have one. We have a full stack, so auto resolve. Okay. Sadly. So yeah, I have lost it. Army crushed. Head of state, blah blah blah. I mean, this is the... so you get that because I have a lot of provinces, but that will change, of course. So you get a promotion. So if you have a general, you can promote it, general to a certain, you know, marshal or whatsoever. You can find it, the family and council. Yeah, we don't have a general yet, so we cannot do nothing. Okay, think I have seen that Madrid has fallen, if I'm not mistaken. Not too far away. Yes. So Spain has not been defeated yet. I saw they have one. Yeah, Leon. Leon. So they still exist here in Leon. Pretty funny. I think it's like one of the old capitals, right? The medieval age Leon, if I'm not mistaken. I have troops now. But yeah, Def, I mean, I'm going to wait until I have a bit more men. Okay, so as you can see, let's go into the city. So they give you, as you can see, we have +6, and we only have, sorry, we only have 3 units. So National Guard, they give you +2 repression. Regular troops, only 1. So they are interesting if you have revolutions. They are pretty cheap. They are the cheapest armies you can get, especially the Fusiliers. They're only 60 upkeep costs. If you go a bit higher, voltigeurs, okay, they're a bit more. But I think regular troops, you know, they are. I think regular Fusiliers, they start at 900, so it's already a 90 upkeep cost. So you can see in the explanation that you get a garrison police bonus. So it's interesting if you have rebellious regions that you can diminish actually the issue. What I'm by the way going to do here, we have here hire assassin, hire male, blah blah blah. Here again you can see it splits up to 4 buildings, a hostel, market, a small deposit, and a bar. So everything has their pros and cons. A bar has plus 125 wealth, plus 2 happiness, plus 4 turn to town growth with trade within this region. Consumes food because of course, and it also recruits a courtesan. Small deposit is the first level actually for a bank. So later then if you click on that one, it goes to, you can go to another like gold bank or whatsoever, and it gives you a lot of money, and also other stuff, also consumes food. So here we see that's a bit different, but everything has their pros and their cons, so you have to look it for yourself what is best for you. But of course they also level up after a while. Let me see. Let me take this one and this one. Okay. Did I actually look if this was rebelling before? Here you see I can lower that down also. That's a bit more money. And later if I have a really good I can then increase the taxes. So I get 4,132. That's because of the entire region. If I was Britain, for example, and only at Gibraltar, yeah, it's not one of the best regions. It doesn't have resources or nothing. Yeah, I would maybe get 500 a turn. So there you have to already watch, like, okay, how am I going to recruit troops? It's going to be pretty difficult. So you have to do kind of a blitzkrieg in the beginning. Okay, let's continue. Okay, we are back. Catalonia, I don't know if they have retreated or they have moved within my realm. Local police. I'm still waiting for units to be recruited. I'm going to wait at least 3 turns to then have a gun. Guns are really important because they really affect not only kills a lot of units, but it affects a lot morale. So if you have like low morale units like levy infantry and all that stuff, I mean, the one shot and they already run away. For example, they really are trash, you know. Unit like agent models, they will change because I have to make 4 campaign models, sadly, also an Atlas file. So yeah, but that's for a later moment. So yeah, that's for a later moment. But they all will have different in a later update when I start with the campaign. They all will have kind of different models, maybe not entirely, but different heads and shaders and whatsoever applied to them. So just for you to know, so that things will change. So agents, that means everything that has to do with campaign models, actually campaign unit models and not building models. There is a possibility that the building models are going to be improved in the way that I want to kind of introduce the more Napoleon Total War system, where you create a building within your slots here that they kind of represent within the city model, you know, on the campaign. Again, it's an idea. Not sure if I can implement it because I have to still look how it actually kind of works. But it's a possibility, you know. So what you see here could probably change. So you then have an idea. So then it's more dynamic. I really like the Napoleon, excuse me, Napoleon Empire Total War style, where you create new slots within your buildings that you can see them. And I also want to see that representable in the battle map. So you have like a real city with those buildings on the battle map. When I start making siege maps, I think that's an interesting idea to do. It's a lot of work, of course, but you know, I talk, but you know, I have to do. But I try to do it. Okay, let's move on, I guess. So here we can recruit a general, and I am going to do that. Okay, we have more troops coming in. I'm just going to wait for the guns. Here we can create a cadet school. Here we'll create an artillery. Maybe here we can create then later a cavalry barracks. Because, yeah, Spain is being defeated. Don't worry about that one, that's a placeholder. Video is going to change also, by the way. So, moment tab. Okay. Something I need to do. I remember that because, you know, we are in summer dress, we don't have yet the script. They're all summer dress units, so it means use them for spring and summer to fight. In autumn, you will have already penalties that could be pretty big already. Not maybe that much, but especially morale. Now, for those junky units, it doesn't really matter because they have maybe morale of 1 or 2. So, but it doesn't affect them because they don't have winter summer dress. So, for regular troops, it's kind of important. If you fight against a regular army, yeah, it's pretty important. Now here you can see that the Bourbon monarchy has, those are French royalist rebels. Again, I have to assign them to most of the things, but probably you're going to have more than just one French faction. This is the Bourbon or royalist rebels, and then they become the Bourbon monarchy. But you also will have French, how you call it, French Republicans and French anarchists, for example. So you have a bit of different factions, you know, like French Republicans and French anarchists. Well, it's an example. Maybe I change it. I was also thinking maybe to make like French Bonapartists, but I'm like, you know, Tier 3, I think, the French, they will change to the French Second Empire. I mean, they will change to the French Second Republic, and then it will change to the French Second Empire. So I still have to see, okay, how am I going to do it when those rebels actually come out? But you know, it's all. Let's just concentrate on the first Carlist War, let's say. Now, if you want me to live stream it, maybe if I've kind of already a campaign and you want me to live stream it, let me know. Then I could live stream it if people are interested in doing that. So if they have questions of the mod or what to expect, I cannot answer on everything. There are ideas that I have. Doesn't mean that I can implement all ideas. I have to see that it doesn't affect gameplay. You know, gameplay still has to be fun. Then just like, oh yeah, let's just add this and add that, but you know, gameplay becomes really annoying. You know, and then better not. You know. So yeah, if you want me to, if I have a ready campaign kind of, and you want me to live stream it, then I will live stream it. Just let me know in the comments below. So let's continue then. Well, it seems the Bourbons have defeated that army, probably because they have regular troops. So then they're easy to defeat. Yeah, if I want to take back this one, I have to probably declare war on those guys. Let me see, yeah. Let's take that one. Okay. Did I not recruit some troops here? No, then okay, I have. So we have 2 in Bordeaux. So +4. That's perfect then. Dishonorable faction leader. Damn. Okay, that's not very nice. Why is he dishonorable? They don't like the man. Okay, let's...
Sir, at your command. Destination
so
reached.
impolite. God. If you keep if you keep your generals too long in that's vanilla, by the way. In a town, you get like those traits. So it's -1 to happiness, but you get +1 repression. So yeah, that actually creates obsolete. Of course, here you have again another -1 thing. Kind of stupid, by the way, but whatever. Doesn't have anything. I mean, I could take the train and go to. I think I go better take the train, my friend. I'm thinking about it.
Ready for orders.
Crap. Okay, this doesn't matter. Let's do it later. Okay. Continue. Worthy bride. Yeah, and greedy wife. Plus 10% upkeep cost of all units. No thank. I just want positivity in my life. God's sake. Why do I have to have that? The greedy wife. God's sake. Okay, here, let's... Okay,
Destination
great.
leads.
Already... I am still recruiting some troops, so that will help a bit. Recruit another one.
Ready for battle.
Oh, something I need to do, by the way. I did this one. Gives you rank fire. Now remember, it's going to change, eh? Here,
Ready for battle.
Go and do the chuku
Boarding a train.
I want you. Vodka.
Going aboard.
I have enough points. Typical. I mean, they have some troops still in, but I don't think they can win. Okay, Pursuron is complaining. Typical. How much troops do I have? I have no troops. So again, you know, the National Guard will be very useful. So that one. Now, in theory, the first release will be without ships, so this island becomes not useful. You could say, because you know you can't send any troops from here. The same for those islands, the Balearic Islands. For the moment, you can do nothing about it until we have naval units, so ships and all. But that will be probably in the second public update. So second update is about the naval aspect for the Carlist Wars. The third update will be probably about this part to make PMO Sardinia and Kingdom of Lombardy, Austria playable with Sardinia. So then we have all of Europe, I mean Southwest Europe at least, playable. And that will be including naval units and whatsoever. So I'm doing everything piece by piece. Until then, I go to, after the fourth one will be probably Northern Africa. That's actually the biggest place and update that will be, because it's a pretty big place, as you can see. It's huge, so you know we'll have some desert kingdoms to conquer. Okay, which one is that one? I don't know. Okay. Here already are Spanish rebels. It's actually strange that the French rebels do not work. I have no idea why. I have to look into that again. Because normally they are assigned to rebels, but it doesn't work. Create a village, so money is useful. Ooh. Now we have the event. Again, you see the penalties now are much larger for winter dress units. So you have accuracy now, plus you have 10 fatigue less. Fatigue actually, that's in battle. It's actually, you know, it affects morale, so it lowers morale. Melee attack lesser, melee defense lesser, 5 morale lesser, and yeah, okay, the recruitment time doesn't really matter.
your service. Beginning our journey.
Chuk chuk.
We have completed our journey.
Okay, now you can take command of the army.
On to your service.
Remember
Sir.
the agent, I mean the model would change. So. I will take fishing duck. Gives me some food. How much food do we actually have left? You see, it's already going down. More buildings. You start building. You have to check it. Otherwise, you start having rebellions. Because people that are hungry. Remember the French Revolution when the women were going to the Tuileries Palace because there was no more bread. It sparked a revolution. So. Okay, this one I'm going to make a cavalry barracks. Yeah, you also get field artillery and you get siege artillery. So you can see in the field artillery level 2 you get then 9 pounders. Now you only get 6 pounders. Those are not horse artillery. I mean horse artillery, I mean it is what you can move with horses, but there are only 2. With horse artillery you have 6 horses and you can run. And by the way, it also has an effect on the campaign map. Siege artillery are static guns, so yeah, they're mostly useful for sieges. So they are pretty slow to move, but they are interesting. I am planning to give the AI actually automatic siege guns because the cities I'm going to build, maybe you have noticed, if you ever follow my mod, I've been testing a bit with siege maps. So the climbing pipe system, it's a bit difficult. I still have to look how to kind of fix it, but I want to do it in a certain way, not in the show and 2 way that they just climb a bloody other walls. I don't like it, but I want it like it appears ladders on the wall, a bit like Warhammer. I know it's not really the best system, but it's the best that I can do. It looks more realistic than something else. Okay, they're going back, they're raiding, I guess, probably because raiding gives them more men, I guess.
Ready for battle.
Okay. Let's continue. That's so funny. They want now a peace treaty, and I know why. It's because they see me. I'm building up. Not only that, they have problems with the Bourbon, the French royalist rebels. So screw you, man. I mean, at least I must say that while it is a warscape engine and AI is pretty stupid. I mean, the algorithm that has been programmed. But I must say that the Shogun 2 one is the most competent one, at least from all the stupid ones. So yeah, you got that. So we are back. The problem is, as you can see, those bastards have taken it. So that means we need to probably declare war on those guys. Now they have probably good troops, or at least regular troops.
Laying an ambush.
So it's going to be a bit more annoying. Kingdom of France, those are the Bourbon monarchies. We are the July monarchy, by the way. I think you saw see it in the flag, and well, I see. Let's go to diplomacy. So here, Kingdom of France. You see the flag, France, July. So Bourbons have the Fleur de Lis or whatever the name that is French. But it has the Bourbon flag, and they're Catholic. By the way, can I trade with someone? Oh yeah, oh yeah, the United Kingdom. Give me trade, man. I have to pay you. Oh, that's fantastic. But I do it. You probably need... Ah, now! You see? This is interesting for them, actually. Not for me, but whatever. How much do I get from this trade? Uh... Okay, that's fine. How much do I get? 83. Okay. Remember, in the beginning, it's very low. I am not going to be with those guys. But for the British, it's actually interesting because they're now importing coal, iron, timber, stone, silver, and gold. I mean, again, timber and stone are actually pretty important resources to build buildings. So now they can start upgrading their buildings and make money for the first time in their lives, you could say. Yeah. Now you can see why it's like I gave like 3 ships to one. Before it was just 1 ship, so I gave it. That's why it's like in a linear line, because I wanted to have like a steamship. I'm going to give them like steam cloud, but that's for later time. And just like more like trade ships, you know. I think it was pretty cool to have that. So you know. Okay, let's you can start upgrading your buildings, by the way. How much troops do they have? They have no troops. They only have 4 because probably they have, you know, they have issues with not with money, but the monthly income and their monthly, the income that they get. So that's why they cannot increase. What else? Oh yeah, I have to make here the cavalry barracks. I cannot build 7,000. Jesus. Yeah, I remember in the beginning, it's I'm the one actually that created those values, but people will complain. I already know it's too expensive. Again, technologies will help making them cheaper. So everything has its place. I have an idea in my mind, and in the beginning, again, it's going to be all expensive, but after a while, everything going to be much more cheaper, because that's actually how the Victorian age was and is. It's like the more you go within the 1800s, especially the end, you know, you have mass production, you have mechanization, you have the steam engines and whatsoever. So, you know, you could build products much faster. So that is actually how it reflects the Victorian age. Okay, then I'm going to, can I, they have now an army, yeah? Okay, so, I don't want that general. Okay. See, it gives you +5 garrison, because why? So plus 2, 4, and then 1, because, you know, 1 unit gives 1, so that's 5. Remember, they give you police bonus. So while they're maybe not fantastic for fighting, they are pretty good for policing. So they are very useful, especially in the mod. Okay, we are back here, moving towards here. It takes so damn long, man. Because how many turns? 4 turns remaining. I have to really conquer this in summer, because otherwise in autumn I get, you know, I mean they also, except their poo-poo units, you could say. But otherwise, you know, now I get like full morale and whatsoever. But after, you know, it declines because of the penalties I get in autumn. I'm going to wait because to build, yeah, not very cheap. Did I 10 turns? Oh, okay. Don't worry, some abilities will be added automatically. So, like rank fire and all has to be standard to the units. You know, it's not Empire Total War. What? They want me to pay 3,000? Yeah, that's strange. Probably because they lost their general. Animism? What? What the hell did they change to? Okay, doesn't make any sense. Whatever. It's because they changed their thing and now standard it goes to animism. So yeah, it's really stupid. I don't know how the heck can they change. I have to change that. Oh, that's good. That means she's going to make a lot of babies. Okay.
Sir, surprise
What?
will be our advantage. At your service.
Oh God.
Ready for
So
battle.
dumb. Whatever. Something's blockading the path or what?
At your command. Sorry, sir, but we cannot. We can't go there. Sir, not possible, sir.
It's like in 4 turns. Oh God, I'm just going to make it. Let me see, yeah? Absolutists. That's weird. It's because they have created this. They've changed their thing and it's really screwed up the entire. Because if I click on it and I go. What? Now they're. Yeah, it's because. It switches, of course, because they. Yeah, they have changed their. No, it's like they changed their allegiance. I mean, their religion, but it's through this system here. So I have to change that because otherwise the AI, some of the AI is doing that. This is stupid. So I don't understand why they do this actually. Really strange. Maybe. How many years does she has? 24. 48, my. Okay. So here I can give them Major General. He's a Major General now. More loyalty, so that's good. Lieutenant General, General, and Field Marshal. Oh yeah, this one, Cavalry. I don't know why it's because so stupid why it blocks 2 times, man. That's so stupid, but whatever. Okay, we are back. Public space. Give them small deposits.
On the move, sir. Lying in wait.
Ambush. How many turns you have left? 2. Okay. Looks like the British are going. You see now they're upgrading, of course, because they have now the resources needed because of my trade. So now they can start building. And they will get more money, of course. Clinic gives them. Yeah. a clinic, for example, gives you how you call it? It heals your units, you know, because the automatic thing is going to go. I mean, you're still going to have it, but it's going to take much longer. So you need to have clinics to give a boost, you know, to your region. So so then they can heal. So every unit heals automatically, but it will take much longer. But if you have a clinic and you have a hospital, because you can upgrade it, the bigger the boost gets, so and the faster they get healed entirely. You also have like libraries. Everything that has to do with education gives extra value points for how you call it, for your tech tree. So now it's, for example, let's say this is 11 turns. So when you have libraries, schools, and whatsoever, it gives you extra research points. So maybe it will lower the amount of research you need to do for a tech. Okay, let's continue. Well, that's great. It's autumn. That's really strange. Looks like it skipped over. Okay. Really strange. Maybe it has to do because I have to reload the start position file. Oh god. Am I going to wait until winter or what?
Ready for battle.
So yeah, it lowers. How much is yeah, okay. So this one has become obsolete summer because it's, you know, it had 7 morale. Now it has 5 morale. So yeah, this one is, or I don't know why, it's probably a bug again in the game. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah.
At your service.
Do you have something else? Only morale and fatigue resistance, of course. -5.
Sir.
Let's just declare war. Nope. Catholic.
Forward, besieging.
So they have regular troops, Fusiliers, and some levy. But let's just continue the siege until they come to us. Oh, they have a rebel unit, French rebels. Oh, they have actually rebels. So, okay. Let's upgrade the artillery range. Okay, let's move. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, we are back, so they are not attacking.
Besieging settlement.
It's really strange. Ah, they have armed citizenry. Oof. You see how bad they are? British Army. Oh yeah, but that's because of the sound file. Okay, this, I mean, don't worry about it. It's placeholders, things will change. So you see morale is 3, melee attack 1, melee defense 1, charge bonus 2, range 100, reload skill 4, accuracy 2, ammunition 5. I mean, they are the worst of the worst, I think. I think there's maybe one even worse. Let me see. Those are better. Force levy. Oh, reload skill is actually pretty okay. I'm actually impressed. Accuracy is 5. I mean, yeah, but I mean, if you compare it to regular troops, yeah, then morale is 4. Why the hell do they have more morale? Probably because they're under siege, I guess. But they're still sucking. So, yeah. Philip, Governor General. Yeah, don't worry. The French and all, they will have they will have the king, the king of France. The British also probably will have King William IV, just as a joke. I mean, just for gameplay. I think it's pretty cool to have it. Why not? You can see that the population is going down because they're recruiting. Again, I have to change that also. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I can now... Can I upgrade? Yes. I'm not going to add siege guns because it's not needed, to be quite honest. If I have custom siege maps, they are probably needed because with normal guns you can shoot and maybe destroy walls, like wooden ones, like early wooden ones. But if you start going to the stone ones, then you probably need siege guns because with normal guns it's going to take a bit longer to destroy those walls, so you probably need to have siege guns. So yeah, don't worry about it. All tactical. Okay, this is where I'm going to end with the video. Let me just save it and say test. If you want me to continue, let me know, so maybe we can play a battle. Remember, this is just a test that I'm doing here. It's not really more than that. A lot of things I have to change, so it's not entirely, If you play, for example, a siege map, it will be vanilla Shogun 2 maps, and I don't like to have those Japanese castles into the mod. It's really isn't fun. So field battles, you always will have default maps because I have to make custom field maps. So if I play field battle map, you can see, of course, the climate map, because the climate map has been assigned to the region, but you always will have mostly the same default maps. Just let me know if you want let me to continue. I'm just testing here. Normally I do it privately, but I was like, okay, I want to make a video. Let's see what people think about it. So let me know if you want to continue and like the video, and let me know if you have any questions. See you then. Bye bye.